if you're tired of the regular old traditional spaghetti, but still want something that's quick and easy for a weeknight, this recipe is definitely for you, especially if your kids are going back to school and your schedule's too busy. So you want to heat a pan with some oil. I'm using olive oil because that's what I had, and then you want to put in your ground beef and brown it or cook it. It's not really going to brown for me because I have my pan to full, so it's not really going to brown, but it's still going to cook, and that's the important part. So while you're waiting for that to cook, you can put on a pot of water. For your pasta, you can use whatever pasta you have on hand because I don't feel like going out and buying special ingredients for things, so I just use whatever I got the majority of the time. And then you just want to break it up because you don't want a big piece of ground beef because that's just not appetizing or appealing. I forgot to mention that you probably want to season your beef. I did garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper, and you just want to do that just so it's not bland beef that's in your food, because no one likes the taste of just plain hamburger. So, and then once you do that, you just add a block of cream cheese, put the lid on because you want it to soften the cream cheese to make it more mixable and to make it combine better with the beef. And then after you let it sit a little bit, you want to break it up and mix it in with the ground beef. And then once you do that, it'll kind of get it'll look a little gross and disturbing at first, but I promise you it'll get better. And then once you let it get bubbly and stuff, it'll thicken up a little bit, and then that's when you can add your spaghetti sauce of choice. I used homemade spaghetti sauce because that's what I had on hand. So, but you can use whatever kind of sauce you have on. You don't have to make homemade. You can just use store-bought. And you want to mix that up until it's well combined, and you kind of want to let it heat up, and then it'll continue to thicken because of the cream cheese that's in it. And then once you do that, you want to also add more spices and taste it to make sure you like the flavor and you're not gonna ruin your family by making some bland tasting food. And then you just want to let it continue to cook and thicken, and then once it has thickened, you want to add in some cheeses. I don't measure anything, but this is about a quarter cup of Parmesan cheese from the shaker bottle, and then I'm going to add about a cup of mozzarella. I never measure anything because A, you're dirtying another dish, and quite frankly, that's going to take more time to clean up, so I don't like doing that, so I just eyeball everything. And then you just want to mix this until it's well combined, and then pretty much you're done with the sauce. But don't forget, while you're making the sauce, to stir your pasta, because you do not want that to get gross, and you don't want it to stick to the bottom of your pan. I'm not going to show you how to cook pasta because A, it's self-explanatory. You really shouldn't need a lesson on making pasta, and if you do, pretty sure there's other videos out on YouTube for you to learn how to cook pasta. And then I'm just stirring this to make sure that the mozzarella gets incorporated well into the sauce, because I don't want there to be chunks of mozzarella still in it. So then you just stir it up real good. Don't forget about your pasta. Don't want that to burn. And I have heard stories about people forgetting about their pasta and they burn it because they let all the water evaporate out of the pot, and then the pasta just cremates. You do not want to do that. So it's pretty much done. You just gotta season it one last time by tasting the sauce to make sure you like it, And honestly, I'm not telling you what to put in it because it is your food that you're making and you can customize it the way you want. So if you wanted to add more cheese into it, you can. It's completely up to you. So at this point, my pasta is done cooking, and I'm gonna strain it. You don't need to rinse your pasta because the extra starch will help thicken the sauce and kind of make it adhere to the noodles better. And then I'm just gonna go strain that, and then you can either put it into a serving dish or just serve it right out of the pot by adding the sauce into the pot after you strained out the noodles. But I'm gonna go ahead and just put it into a serving bowl because aesthetic purposes, obviously. And then you can, if you want to like make this one better, you can put more cheese on top, put breadcrumbs on top, and then put it in the oven for a couple minutes. I would recommend like 400 for like 10 minutes, just until the cheese and breadcrumbs get like toasted on top. And then you can top it off with some parsley, and then you got dinner. And it was within like 30 minutes. So it is quick and easy. Kind of almost as easy as making spaghetti, except for there's a little bit more work. So now that you finally finished it, you can now enjoy what you just created. And you can just put some in a bowl, top it with like extra cheese, some parsley, and then you can just enjoy it, you know? Sit back and relax till you finish it. Then you have to clean up the dishes and all that stuff, but in the meantime, enjoy it, savor it while you can. That is all that I got for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and until next time.